Welcome to NTR Takeout. Today we're looking at some of Hurricane Milton's aftermath and hearing some updates on Hurricane Helene as we continue to pray for these families who are still waking up every day, having to relive the thoughts and deal with the mess left behind. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, you guys, this is by far the scariest thing I've ever done. Look at all the flooding, guys. This is Hurricane Milton. Boots on the ground. This is the scariest lake in all of the world because of the alligators and bull sharks. I think that's a snake. And guys, this place is completely flooded. They have barricades built up. Guys, look at this brackish water. There are alligators and there are bull sharks in this lake, you guys. This is Lake Monroe, and Hurricane Milton is here now. I have to show you guys this. This is the scariest thing I've ever done, but I have to show you guys how scary this is.
When it got up when it got up all the way up the window, it got up the window and it started coming in the house from the window, and the refrigerator started floating. I turned out the power. Me and my children hopped on the oven, and once we hopped on the oven, I called my mom and told my mom, I think me and my children are about to drown to death. So we have a house that's in front of our house. I literally broke into the neighbor's house and got for higher ground. Me and my children, it was knee deep, but it wasn't waist deep. But I had to literally break into the neighbor's house to get higher level. And thank God I looked out the window. I don't know what told me to look out the window, but I saw you guys, and you guys came to save us. And we was in their water. I've been sitting in water since 9, and it's like 5 something. So I've been sitting in water with 4 children.
Straps and hooks. Pedro Casares showing us his unconventional approach to keeping his Orlando home intact through Hurricane Milton.
Preparing my house for the hurricane. Right now, as you can see, the hooks on the floor, they're 8 feet deep of cement.
His daughter explains the unique idea was born from experience more than 2 decades ago while Pedro and his family lived in Puerto Rico. We
had a hurricane that we went through, and the back of our roof lifted a little bit. It was aluminum.
Now, roughly $2,000 in for the cement, anchors, and made-to-order straps from Idaho that cover the front, back, and sides of the home.
They hold about 5,400 pounds of weight and wind, so yeah, we're giving it a test.
They're hoping it's enough to withstand Milton.
Definitely just stay tuned for the aftermath, which you'll see.
In Orlando, Brian Abel reporting.
It's about 7. The storm passed. The house is okay. All of us inside are okay. I am about to go outside and check the damage outside and check all the animals. So I'll bring you guys with us. Okay, cows. Let's see. 2 babies. All the goats. Hey, Cash. Snowbird. Brownie. Okay, these guys are okay. Okay, there's Lizzie, there's Cash's mom. Oh, thank you, God, they're okay. Oh, shit. Trees down. Chicken coop. All right, let's see how bad this is. Oh, we've got a new river going through the farm that never existed before. A whole lot of water. Oh, and what's so weird and crazy, this is our cemetery tree, so all of our animals are buried under this tree. Wow. Wow. Oh, but, oh God, please let you spare my chicken coop. Chickens be okay, chickens be okay. How do I even get in there? Oh, okay, well, I don't think it crushed the coop. I see my chickens out and about. I think they're okay. 2 cows. Oh, thank you, Lord. All the rescue donkeys are okay. Everybody's okay. Everybody's okay.
Just checking on the damage to my house after Hurricane Milton. If you guys saw my previous update, I showed you what it looked like before. I live right across from Tampa Bay here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm gonna show you. So that's Tampa Bay right there. And then this is my house right here. Other than fences being knocked over, no flooding got into the house from Hurricane Milton. We had like a negative surge last night. So it's looking, you know, no more damage done after Hurricane Helene, which is a good thing. But a lot of wind damage in the neighborhood. I'm gonna walk around back, show you guys the devastation of the fences and stuff. As you can see here, a lot of this was ripped off from Milton. This fence was actually, one panel was here for Helene, but now it's gone. This one, all this back here, looks like I got a power line down there of some sort. All that fence is gone, tree, but the house sustained no damages, which is grateful for that. I want to make it worse for what we're dealing with Hurricane Helene. So yeah, follow along for more Hurricane Milton updates.
People know we've had massive power outages, which was expected. I'd say this is probably similar to Hurricanes Irma and Ian in terms of the number of outages. I think we're up to, currently now it's about 3.4 million that are out. I think they've restored about 700,000 since the storm started. So just do the math, you're over 4 million have lost power since the start of this storm. Fortunately, Florida, we pre-staged 50,000 linemen throughout the state of Florida, and so those folks are going to work. And it's not as easy to do when you've just had Hurricane Helene. A lot of these linemen, there's still hundreds of thousands of people without power in North Carolina and Georgia, some of those states. You know, Helene in Florida, we did 2.4 million restorations in record time. That's not the norm. And so finding the linemen, given what they're doing now, we brought them in from as far away as California. But those folks are there. There's assessments being done about what needs to be done. When you have down power lines, that's actually easy for them to do. They just put the pole back up, reconnect it. If their entire system needs a rebuild, that will take a little longer. We don't know that that's the case in many of these spots. I remember in Hurricane Ian, which was stronger than this one, hit Fort Myers Beach, and FPL substation on Fort Myers Beach right there at Ground Zero was fine. They could have had people hooked up to power days later. Just the people's homes couldn't accept it because of the storm surge. So all that is going on, and we're happy to have pre-staged those resources because I think it's really important that we'll be able to do. But that train keeps rolling.
sunshine. I don't know when.
Hey, good morning, guys. So, Western North Carolina update. So, as we're planning the trip for this weekend to go up with the four-wheelers and side-by-sides and warm weather gear and things like that, we're coordinating with a close friend of my family who is actually there, boots on the ground already. And we're getting stories of firefighters, young firefighters, who are going up in the middle of very hard to reach places, and there are dead people up in the trees. One fireman came back from here locally and was a little messed up. He saw a dead family in the tree, and they were being eaten by a bear. The bear had scented them out and climbed the tree and just started eating. There are thousands who have washed down the ravine that are stuck in mud, dead, unidentified. There are people under mounds of sand and under roads that have collapsed. There are not enough hands and feet possible to handle any of this quickly. It's going to take years and years for these people to get a sense of any form of normality again. It's heavy being a North Carolinian. We're about 2.5, 3 hours away from there. I'm in central North Carolina. But we just have a sense, me and my buddy and some other rednecks with four-wheelers just have a sense of duty just to go and do what we can while we can. There's some weird stuff going on in Western North Carolina. People who own property, people aren't just losing their houses. Their property lines don't exist anymore. So if you lived in the side of a mountain, and let's say you had 3 acres, and that 3 acres got completely washed all the way down to the ground, like it's gone. That's not something that you can just resurvey and go give them something that wasn't originally theirs. So what's going to happen? I have my thoughts, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but there's only so many directions this thing can go. So North Carolinians in Western North Carolina, we love you. And your neighbors here in Central North Carolina are going to continue to come help. We're going to continue to come do what we can while we can.
And I had to explain to him something that had to be explained to me, even as a rescuer. When I watched the National Guard and they confirmed that the smells I had been smelling were most likely bodies, I was like, well, where are they so I can get to them? You can't get to them. They're crushed in debris. They're up in trees. They're under sediment. They're under sand. Unfortunately, it will be a very long time before you find all these people that are missing. And I haven't even had internet, so I don't even know what the number is. And they don't have a number here yet because we're still getting communication.
And where is here generally? Would you call this Green Mountain?
This is called Red Hill.
Red Hill.
That's called Green Mountain.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. The county line was the river. The river's way wider.
Yeah.
So we're in both counties. It's changed.
Right.
A lot of folks kept asking me questions like the swiftwater teams that were coming out. They weren't rescue again. They were recovery. They were asking me how deep the river is. As a river outfitter, and a boater, we had like rocks that we use. We have landmarks that we use. They're gone. I can't tell you how deep the river is because I don't know. And every single water gauge on this river was knocked out by the flood. And we had a working water gauge during Hurricane Fred, and I've reported it broken since Hurricane Fred, but they never fixed it. So, and that was the only flood gauge for the entire Mitchell County.
Are those put out by like NOAA?
North Carolina Emergency Management is in charge of the gauges, and then they're supposed to get in touch with the state and tell the state when they're broken. But hey, I've only reported it to the state and North Carolina Emergency Management, the county, and the city of Mitchell County since Hurricane Fred, whatever year that was. And yeah, so we still don't have a working water gauge. We didn't during this event.
Wow.
It would have been nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the French Broad had water gauges, and I was telling people it's already here. It's going to be 10 times as high. Get away from this location.
Absolutely. Well, and by the time, I think that's an important thing. By the time I got that text this morning, go to high ground.
Yeah.
I got it yesterday.
And we're a week past the flood.
Correct. So that go to higher ground came in after everybody up here lost cell service. So mind you, no one got, these people probably didn't get that alert because no one had cell service at that point. That's when, I don't know what happened to the towers, I still don't know, but when that cell service went out before electricity did, like we didn't.
Is your cell service still out?
Yes.
A week later? So yeah, like you said, you don't have internet. You obviously don't have power there either. Probably, when do you expect to have power?
They don't know. They're saying in a week. I'm not sure. We'll see. They're saying the biggest thing that Bradshaw Fire and Rescue is where I've been doing a lot of my volunteering or helping with those guys lately. The person running the disaster relief up there is saying this is going to be an ongoing effort. So what's happening is we're getting all these supplies in, and these are little teeny tiny fire departments. They don't have, people are upset because they're getting turned away with supplies. It's not because we don't want your supplies. It's because we don't have anywhere to put them.
Right. And
we have people looting, so we can't just leave them out. And since this is going to be an ongoing effort, we need you to bring those supplies in periodically. We've got enough of like food and water now. We need to change gears because it's going to be 40 degrees on Monday.
Yeah.
Our concern up here is most people, luckily a lot of people have wood staves because these are really old houses. But I think a lot of the people that didn't evacuate, when it turns 40, they might change their mind. It's going to be cold and miserable.
Kamala, how them people supposed to apply for them benefits and apply for that $750 if they ain't got no internet? Kamala, they lost everything. Their houses is gone. Their cars is gone. Their jobs is gone. The buildings ain't there no more. And you getting on TV talking about, yes, all they got to do is apply through that link so that way we can send them the $750. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Maui. Y'all remember Maui? And the people of Lahaina? When that fire came out and destroyed everything on that island. And you know what pissed me off about that situation? When Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne The Rock Johnson got on this app talking about, we need you guys to donate. Who gonna donate? Who is you guys? Both of y'all have contacts in your phone that are billionaires and millionaires. And if each one of those millionaires in your contact list donated $1 million to the people of Lahaina, that whole island could have been restored within maybe 5 or 6 months. And apparently Congress rejected to add more funds to FEMA. They on recess right now. Did you know that? Our Congress is on recess right now. They just got back on September the 6th. And it's called the election recess. Baby, you can look up their schedule. You can go online and look up Congress's schedule. I promise you, I'm not lying. These people in Chimney Rock, North Carolina have lost literally everything. I live in East Tennessee. But I don't live... It wasn't far from us, but there were still parts of East Tennessee that got touched. We're like in the valley. I'm not going to say my city. You can figure it out. We're in the valley of East Tennessee, and we were under high wind advisory from the evening time up until the nighttime of the next day. And these people down there, they can't call their relatives. They sitting there posting videos on Instagram and TikTok, making videos. They're making videos so see if their family members can find them. But I don't know how they're posting them though. And Kamala get up there talking about they can apply for $750 ain't nothing but 4 bags of groceries and a haircut. That ain't nothing but 4 bags of groceries and a haircut. That's what $750 will get you today in this doggone economy. I don't even mean to be talking long like this. I really don't. But it needs to be said. This is shameful and it's embarrassing. And I know what y'all gonna say. Maya, she can't control the amount. I don't care.
Helene tore through Asheville, North Carolina. This was the scene outside Libre Brousseau's back window.
What we weren't prepared for is it started moving up the stairs of the lower deck.
Meanwhile, water was rising in Brousseau's own home. His family is one among so many confronting the unimaginable. Their belongings and homes ravaged without any clear sense of how or even if they'll be compensated.
What did the insurance company tell you?
We're very sorry. That's why we encourage you to buy flood insurance.
More than a week after Helene, this is where the water level is in Brousseau's backyard. But he says at its peak, the water got all the way up there. Take a look at those leaves trapped along the balcony fence. Like tens of thousands of people in Helene's path of destruction, the Brousseaus don't have flood insurance. In fact, an NBC News analysis shows only about 2% of homes had flood insurance. In Asheville's Buncombe County, less than 1% of homes were protected.
Because you really don't see many private insurance policies covering flooding, we know that's going to be a special effort.
FEMA does offer some help for people affected by floods who don't have flood insurance, but payments are typically a fraction of the amount needed for repairs, an amount that could bankrupt a typical household, leaving families like the Brousseaus in limbo.
I don't think I'm going to come back here. I don't think it's worth rebuilding.
All right, folks, up here in Spruce Pine, finally made it. These people got lucky today and got a trailer load in, a big 18-wheeler come in with a full-size trailer. Got a lot of supplies, a lot of food, a lot of water. They still need blankets and jackets, gloves, things to keep people warm. It's getting cold up here. It's going to be cold over the next couple of days. There's a lot of stuff in here, food and stuff. People are really great. The other thing they need is bodies just to come help over the next couple of days. It's Tuesday now. They need folks to help tomorrow and the next day with clearing trees. There's a lot of families that need help clearing trees. They can't get them out of their yard. They don't have chainsaws or folks that aren't able to do it. So if you're somewhere close where you can get in and help out, it's kind of hard. Don't go up 226. You go up through 226. It's closed to locals only. I was able to get through because we had a connection at the church up here, and they let us through, but we basically had to go up a goat path over the mountain. I might have some video I'll try to post later of that ride up. It was kind of fun. But yeah, best way to go is up around. They take 40 up over Asheville, or if you're coming in from Tennessee side, if you can get in 26. Part of 26 is closed on the other side, but coming in through Burnsville, that seems like the way to go. So I'm going to try to go here and see if we can get some video of the inside and show you what they have and what the setup looks like here.
How's Lee doing? Is she good? Okay. Tell her I said hey.
So they've got lots of stuff here, lots of food. If you need food, if you need baby supplies, if you need personal hygiene stuff, blankets, clothes. They even have some propane stoves and some fuel tanks, some fuel, lots of dry goods, paper towels, toilet paper, like tons of canned food, lots of pet food, cleaning supplies as well. So here's a lot of the stuff that came in today in the 18-wheeler and through a few other trailers. You see there's lots of supplies. So again, baby supplies, if you need things and you're in this area, Spruce Pine, definitely make your way out here. Okay, if you're in the Spruce Pine area, Pine Branch Baptist Church is where all this is. Folks, if you need things, come get them. There's lots here. They have lots of volunteers, but they need more, like I said, to help with clearing the trees.
My kids, I'm tired. I'm hungry. Still have no power. I have no gas to get to my kids. I don't know where to get gas. So there's that.
The creative sort of heart almost of Asheville.
But that heart is now broken. Receding water is revealing gas leaks running for days. Some businesses swept away entirely. Walls, refrigerators, and more piled up and crumpled.
Losing this place this is the identity of the town. This is why people come here.
Everything's gone. It used to be a bar over here.
For residents in the area, especially those at the Hillcrest Housing Project, days without basic services are turning dire.
Survival right now.
There's no gas to make it to stores. There's no stores open. It's cash only. The ATMs are down. But there's little babies that have nothing to drink, and we're going on 3-4 days now with no water.
Some now turning to the river itself for help.
Yeah, come down to buckets and getting water and going back up to their house just to flush the toilet.
Business owners like Asheville Guitar Bar's Mark Goldthwait also faced with losing everything.
It's not only months of recovery, it's years.
Now worried about losing even more to looters.
I've confronted somebody already stealing artwork out of the rubble. You know, it's just, it shouldn't happen. You know, give us a break.
Gas remains scarce in the city, with lines sometimes stretching for blocks.
A lot of people around here now left waiting, wondering when that promised aid from the state will be showing up.